All right, so for this next problem, we're given 2x squared plus x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now, I'm looking, and I notice that it is written as ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And so remember that when I go to do my a, I'm looking for the coefficient, the number in front of the letter x squared. So this is a equals -2. When I'm looking for b, it's not listed. In other words, it's not written down, but it's an implied 1, right? How many x's do I have there? Just 1. And then c is a +4. Now notice that Mr. Adams is very careful to include the sign in front of it. We always want to think of these terms as either positive or negative, which is a little bit of a stretch from they are adding or subtracting. Technically, it's two different things, but for high school, it's easy to remember the sign of the number if you include the plus or minus sign in front of it, okay? So anyways, the formula then is, to solve this, x equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So then -1 plus or minus the square root of b, which is 1 squared, minus 4 times a, which is -2, times c, which is 4, all over 2 times 1, which is 2. All right, so now let's continue. We've got -1. Now 1 squared, 1 times 1 is just 1. Now 4 times 2 is 8. A negative times a negative is a positive, so that's a +8 times 4. This whole thing becomes a +32. So it's a +33. Plus or minus the square root of +33 all over 2. Oh, wait a second. Let me think for just a second. A is -2. How did you guys not catch that? Oh, you weren't paying attention. Okay. So this should be -2. And then -2 times -2, or I'm sorry, -2 times +2 is a -4. Now, one other thing I should point out is that when you do this, what's a negative divided by a negative? Positive. So you could just leave it like this. In other words, the negatives will cancel each other. And you get 1 plus or minus the square root of 33 all over 4. And that is basically it. X equals this. And remember, it's a quadratic is a second degree polynomial, so you should have two solutions. The two solutions is one is plus square root of 33, and the other solution is 1 minus the square root of 33, all divided by 4. Okay?